A lot of you have been on the journey with us over the last 2-ish years almost. This has been a secret that's been kind of exciting to be able to keep over the last year.
And the ability to create massive financial resources, the ability to create incomes, the ability to grow teams exponentially expands.
You've kind of heard whispers in the background and you've kind of known that something bigger was coming.
It's more powerful to be unified than it is to be perfect.
A lot of times we talk about building a business from our phones. Well, we're about to take that to the next level. Guys, it's been almost 2 years in development. Let's take this thing to the next level.
What we're going to do is we're going to actually get into the blogging blunders. And more than anything, instead of just telling you about them, we're going to show you guys watching this video exactly what people are doing wrong with their blogs, which I think is going to be the real value of this, because when you're seeing this and as we're going through these blogs, critiquing them, you're actually going to be able to identify the things that you're doing wrong as we're going through and pointing some of these things out in other blogs. Do you remember when we did an event, and this was 2 years ago? Do you remember that lady? And I'm not gonna call her out by name, but she knows who she is, who said that she had taken 2 years to try to get her blog even live.
After I finally got my stuff up, right, which didn't take me 2 years because I was all day and night. Maybe she was only part-time, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. After I got my site up, I then had to fill it with content. Then I had to learn how to put sales stuff up. Then I had to learn how to embed sales psychology up.
Right.
And there were so many technical steps involved in every stage of the process that I wasted hundreds of hours in my first few months on the internet, and it cost me way more money than it should have cost. If you're watching this video and you've been online for longer than a month, you just had your heart pumping when I was talking about that, because you know what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah. You've tried to set something up and don't know how. You might be one of these, weirdo programmers or something like that. It's like, I could do that in 5 minutes. I know PHP code. Well, maybe you do. And the truth is you're not making any money because you're missing the other half of the puzzle, which is marketing. Now, Dave Sharp is one of the foremost experts in the world in direct response marketing. In fact, together with the blogging and the culture stuff that I know, and the sales psychology and the influence stuff Dave Sharp knows, we have one of the largest sites on the internet. We actually have a site right now, obviously, that's in the top 200 sites online. And so you're watching this, and what we're going to do is we're going to show you what people are doing wrong in their businesses. Now, I'm going to warn you in advance as we're walking through these things. We're going to show you stuff that if you do on your own, it's going to take you forever and a ton of money to be able to solve these problems that we're about to point out. However, we're going to actually come back in one of the videos here in a couple of days, and we're going to show you how to solve them like that for nothing.
I want to just point this out, is that I've seen you and I've seen people pay you thousands and thousands of dollars just to go and look at their site. So this is really something of value to not only you guys who are watching the video, but also to the person whose site we're critiquing.
And let's start with this one here. So right now, what's your biggest roadblock and what's holding you back from hitting that?
We've had some traffic already coming in, and it's growing. But there's no engagement.
And when you say you're not getting engagement, you mean nobody's commenting on your stuff? Or what do you mean?
No
They're not
comments,
commenting, no
shares.
likes. So your problem then is syndicating and getting engagement on the content that you're creating, and that's the biggest thing that you think that your problem is.
Yeah.
When you guys were setting up your website, I know you removed all the content from this site, but we wanted to use this as an example because this is kind of what you started with on the internet. But what was the purpose of this website that you created right here?
I'm really into personal development and mindset training, so I just wanted to basically add value and eventually, and I'm working on it now, develop my own mindset product.
You wanted to create...
Eventually be able to sell that.
Right, so you wanted to be able to create and sell a mindset product.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I've really seen with a lot of people that I've coached and consulted with and worked with on my teams and outside of my teams up until this point is really they've spent a whole lot of time setting stuff up. They've spent a whole lot of time, thinking about what they're going to do when they get ready to do it, right? And they've spent a whole lot of time doing a whole lot of stuff that doesn't make them any money at all. You guys need to get into a situation to where you can start literally just creating content fast. That's number one, because you guys are really likable. I mean, seriously. People want to hear what you have to say. You want to speak. You want to get out there and share your message. But the problem is when you're spending all of your time like buying random stuff that you don't need and setting up random stuff that you don't need to set up, you're not doing what is really your highest paid skill. And I can promise you that you too, setting up domains and setting up your blog is not your highest paid skill. I was asking you here before we got started, a lot of times I think we go the free route, right? And oftentimes going free costs us a whole lot of money in the long run. So just give me your perspective real quick, and it doesn't have to be long, of the value that you've got really at the end of the day from setting up a bunch of like free sites. You've paid for hosting, but the site, you went and you spent the time yourself setting up the site, going with like one of these free services. At the end of the road, did that actually really pay off?
Really, it hasn't really paid off. I mean, I've definitely more has come out of my pocket than, especially with time.
If you had what we're going to show you here in a second, 10 years ago, I actually think you guys might be traveling the world right now, speaking and making $30,000 a month. Is that cool?
At minimum.
Absolutely. All right, cool.
So you're here because you want to get some feedback on your business from us and on what we can do to help you, and I'm going to help you out with your sites. I want to ask you some questions, though, because I know that you've struggled with some of the things people have struggled with. You've been online for 6 years, okay? When you got started online, how long did it take you to set up your first website, just honestly?
And so I spent, countless hours trying to figure it out.
And so you spent a lot of money, a lot of time. How much money did you spend in your first 6 months?
I would say about $20,000.
In 6 months?
Yeah.
So tell me real quick, we've got one of your sites up here. What can I do for you today? What are you struggling with in your business that I can help you solve?
So my struggle today is to really have people that come in really have the vision that it is possible, that they don't know anything, and then they can make money if they take it step by step by step.
And you want to make sure that when your team gets started, just so I'm clear, when you get them started in a business, that they believe that they can get set up quickly and get going fast.
Absolutely.
But the fact is you did not get set up quickly, you did not get going fast, because it took you 6 months and $20,000 to get going on the internet.
More importantly, though, if you could help your team get set up faster, right? To where they're marketing quicker, to where when they look at what they have to do, it just not only looks simpler, but it is simpler. But truthfully, it's not that you're not, or somebody out there is not a hard worker. It's more that maybe, truthfully, they just can't do what we do, right? Maybe they've got a full-time job. Maybe they've got kids, they get home, they've got to go to soccer practice. It's cool that you could have something that easy and that simple for yourself, but what if you could have something that easy and that simple for your team?
I actually think that would be even more important, because in the end it's how much, how many people you can help. To the degree that you do that, you're actually, having success, right? So for me, that would be, a dream come true, if you would.
Now, you've been online since when?
December.